Hey there everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about the first trailer and a little bit of information that came out after it for Batman Caped Crusader. So outside of the images, they brought out a new trailer just over a week ago. And they showed off more of the characters, and it actually confirmed something as well. So, anyways, in the trailer, it starts off with them showing the era in which the show will be taking place in, and it confirmed my suspicion of it being a Golden Age era style show, with the TV broadcast being in black and white, and the equipment used for the interview being from that time period as well, which was 1930s, 1940s. And then they showed off more of the villains from the show, along with the Gotham City Police Department. So the first villain they showed off was Firefly. Now, Firefly wasn't part of the initial run, and he didn't show up until Detective Comics number 184 in 1952. And then they showed off the GCPD. The two noteworthy ones in the first part of the trailer were Bullock, I believe, with a neck brace on, and he showed up in Batman number 361 of 1983. They also showed who I believe is Commissioner Gordon, and he showed up in Detective Comics number 27 of 1939. So at the beginning of Batman's franchise, pretty much. So yeah. They also showed off a character who has been speculated to be Barbara Gordon. Now, I don't know if it was actually outright stated it was her, but if it is, she debuted in Detective Comics number 359 of 1967. Actually, it would be January of that year. But yeah. Two-Face was stated to be in the show. As I mentioned before, there was no image. Now they've shown him. He showed up first in Detective Comics number 66 of 1942, and then right after Harvey, they showed off to Clayface, I think, in two different ways. They showed him masked, and they showed him mid-transformation. So, yes. And he showed up in Detective Comics number 40 of 1940. So, the second year of the comics in general. And one of the major villains, Carmine Falcone, was also shown in this trailer. He actually kind of looks similar to Rupert Thorne from Batman the Animated Series. So there's that. He first showed up in Batman Year 1 of 1987. And then they also showed off the full outfit for Catwoman. Now, I had speculated if it was the third or fourth one. It's actually based on her fourth outfit, and that was from 1954. So yeah. And the last character that was actually shown in the trailer for this show was Penguin. Now, Penguin has been notorious for being in a lot of TV shows and movies ever since Batman Returns, I think it was that one. Yeah, it was Batman Returns. But anyways, in the comics, he showed up first in Detective Comics number 58 of 1941. So 3 years into the franchise of Batman. Now, there was one more character that was shown off that made me think about something in particular that we'll discuss at the end of the video. There'll be 4 theories. And that was onomatopoeia. Wow, yeah. Said it real fast. But yeah, so onomatopoeia is actually a Green Arrow villain, and he first showed up in Green Arrow, Volume 3, number 12 of 2002. So technically he's the youngest character in this show so far. So yeah. Now, outside of the trailer, there were some images that were leaked. Now, I'm not going to actually post the video, post the image in the video itself, but I will leave a link to the site itself. It was a Reddit thread, I think it was. But anyways, they showed off 2 characters that weren't in the trailer, and these 2 characters are Renee Montoya, which I thought I saw in the trailer, but nope, she wasn't in that trailer. And she showed up in Batman number 475 of 1992. She's actually more known in Batman the Animated Series. She's one of the most trusted police officers that Commissioner Gordon has in that show. So yeah. And the other character that was shown off in the leaked images was Natalia Knight. Now, Natalia Knight isn't as well known outside of the comics as Renee Montoya is, but she first showed up in Detective Comics number 529 of 1983. So yeah. So a little bit of information about this show. Originally, they were going to have Kevin Conroy be Batman in the show. However, with his death, they had to change plans. So, yeah, that's why there's someone else being Batman for this TV show. The show also has no limitations in means of, like, toy sales. So they can go with whatever story they want to tell, which is fantastic. Honestly, overall, hopefully they don't, like, really mess it up, but as long as they aren't being held down by anything, that's fantastic. Now, in the last video, when I was talking about the initial images, I had talked about Alfred being based on the original look for him. Now, it has been a long time since I've seen the 1960s TV show, so I did not catch the reference to the 1960s TV show with that screenshot, and change the places of Alfred and Bruce, and you get the exact one-for-one reference between the 2 shows. Heck, even the map of Gotham is a one-for-one between the 2 shows. So, and the post that I saw on Twitter was from Somo's Geek, so I will leave a link to the post itself in the comments below. Now, there is a minor change to the story, and honestly, it makes it seem like they took a page out of the TV show Gotham. So if you remember that, it took place right after the death of his parents. Well, this show says that shortly after his parents' death, he declared war on crime. So they're like, oh yeah, this is a change on his origin. And right then and there, he's effectively Batman. It doesn't feel like that, is a major change. It's kind of a very, very minor one. So, yeah. Now for the theory. With the inclusion of a non-Batman character, it makes me think that if this show does incredibly well, we could probably get a golden era Justice League. Like I said, if this does well, who knows? Considering Onomatopoeia, as I mentioned before, is a Green Arrow villain and not a Bruce Wayne one. I mean, not a Batman one, not a Bruce Wayne one. Whatever. But yeah. Hell, they could probably do a Golden Era Superman show. He was around at about the same time. So, yeah, who knows? Until they bring out the next bit of information, that's going to do it for right now. But anyways, till next time, everybody. Oh boy, this is going to be one hell of a show. So until then, goodbye.